All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have three presenters with us this evening, so a lot of great information. Again, welcome to the Your Future Now series. We're very excited. This is our last presentation of September. So next week we'll be off, and we have three more presentations in October. This evening, our topic is post-secondary education options and supports. We're very excited to have three presenters with us to give sort of a three-part panel. We have Elaine Robinson, the high school director for the Knox County Career Center, Amy Thompson, the financial aid coordinator for Knox Technical Center, and Amber Lovett, the admissions rep for COTC. So welcome to all of you. We are going to have Elaine and Amy start first and then following with Amber. So welcome, ladies, and we're very excited to hear your information.
Thank you. Amy, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and get started. I know tonight is primarily post-secondary and my role is mainly at the secondary level, but I think transitioning through is what is most important. I've worked at the Career Center for a very long time, I think since 1995. So I've seen a lot of things change over the years and a lot of growth and a lot of our services in working with students with special needs. I can tell you from a secondary level, approximately a third of our students have IEPs or 504s. So we are very good at accommodating and modifying, and our students do very well. I'm just going to go ahead and share a screen as I'm talking, because I think one of the most important things when we're helping our students transition is having those conversations. And sometimes they're great conversations, sometimes they're hard conversations. And some of the conversations are just things that you're doing at home and asking the simple questions. Do you see yourself working inside or outside? Do you like to work with people? Do you not like to work with people? And sometimes you, as a parent, you have to guide those. I know with my children, you know, strengths in one were not necessarily the same strengths in the other. And we had to have conversations of, okay, I know you like math, but do you really like problem solving? Or do you, is that the kind of math that you like? And I would have to steer those conversations to make them discover things on their own. Like, do you like working in a rushed, fast-paced environment, or do you like a laid-back environment? Do you like routine and structure? Do you like to get dirty and sweaty? I have sometimes, about every year, I'll have students come into the landscaping and horticulture, and they'll say, I don't like to be outside, or I don't like to sweat. And I, immediately go, ooh, this probably isn't the right place for you. You're not going to be very happy here. How do you handle stress? And working on those personality things and what program fits your personality as well as your skill set is some of the most important pieces. Resources, talk to your teachers, talk to the parents, talk to the school counselors. Anyone can call us anytime and we can set up a tour. Intervention specialists are fabulous at being able to point out the strengths when you go into your IEP meetings and focus on those strengths. What is my child, what is he or she really interested in? Where are those strengths? What do you see them doing in the future? I will share like some of our programs, and I can tell you we have students on IEPs in every single program in our building. Most of our programs are 2-year programs, from our automotive technology, which I'll just click on these for a few minutes. Our students learn everything from brakes and suspension to engine performance. Some students might be an auto mechanic. Some might end up working in an automotive Napa, or some could own a garage. Some might change oil or change tires, and that's okay. if this is an interest area and we can teach you some skills, then we can help you find those jobs that are right for you. Building trades is another one that has so much variety. Anything from running heavy equipment to doing concrete, to doing some masonry, some roofing. Finding the skill set, and we're not good at everything. You know, sometimes myself, I don't want to be on a roof, but I'm kind of fascinated with running some heavy equipment. Again, not something that no one wants me to do that for a living. I'm a little dangerous, but different students have different sets of skill sets. Our College U business program is an interesting program that transitions students. Those students earn their associate degree as they graduate from high school in business administration. We do have students, this is a college program, so their IEPs transition into 504s so that they can receive accommodations. Curriculum cannot be modified, but we can accommodate for testing for those programs. But those students do earn their associate's degree as they graduate from high school. Collision repair, they're doing some pretty fascinating things down there. Everything from painting to, I'm learning the new technology is to do vinyl wraps on the car instead of painting it, which is some pretty neat stuff. It's a gigantic sticker that they put around a car. And they're working on a car right now, and I'm like, this is some pretty cool stuff. Computer network and design and digital media are often popular. Computer network works a lot with the hardware of the computers, building the computers, running network line, where digital media is the creative side. The mistake there is a lot of students enjoy gaming and they think, oh, that's where I want to be. I'm great on the computer. I am a master gamer. There's a large difference between gaming and creating the game, from one line to creating an avatar. It's much more challenging than most of us realize. Cosmetology, culinary arts, early childhood, health technology. HVAC is a new program this year, where students are learning plumbing, electric, and heating and ventilation. So we're having a lot of fun watching that. We just built a brand new lab, so that is another area. Like I said, our landscape design and management, our welding, precision machining, sports medicine, and science and exercise science. And I will tell you, we had a girl in our precision machining program that decided after, toward the end of her 2 years, she's like, I don't see myself working in a factory. I'm fascinated with what the machines do, but I don't see myself doing this for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day. She ended up going into the sales division. And since she knew how to run the equipment, she was an excellent salesperson because she can explain to customers, this is what this machine is capable of doing. And so sometimes we have to look at the bigger picture of, it's not just the skills that you're learning, but what can you do with those skills? Career-based intervention is a 10th grade program where students come in and they explore multiple different programs. Pre-professional mentorship is a senior only, and that program, students go out into the community. Sometimes they're just confused. Well, I know most of us are confused when we're 17, 18 years old on what am I going to do with the rest of my life. These students can go out and just, spend 6 weeks in a veterinary clinic, 6 weeks with an attorney, 6 weeks with a cartographer, just trying to figure things out. Our other program is, and we are redoing, we're not done with our videos, our hospitality facility care services, where transforming this year, and the new title is going to be ICE, Individualized Career Exploration. And Mr. Hubbard has been working with this curriculum for a couple of years, really diving deep. It is a placement program, so students must have an IEP to be in this program. But he works individually with that student, really diving into what that student's strengths are, interests are, and they really work on the skills needed for the career that student is interested in, to make that student successful. So we are transforming, like in the process of changing that curriculum. So it's really exciting with his junior class to see things change and develop and evolve. If we are going to do questions toward the end, correct?
Yes, we'll do questions at the end.
Okay. I know Amy's going to talk about the adult options that we have in the back in our, I call it the back building because I've been here 1,000 years, in our KTC building. And we have a lot of our students continue on. Some of the things that we don't talk about are deferring diploma. You know, is it going to take 3 years or 4 years to learn the skills that you need? Can we start for 2 years in our building and continue with Knox Technical College to solidify those skills? We don't all learn at the same rate. So what can we do to bridge those gaps so that all of our students are being successful? And I'm going to let Amy jump in, and then if we need to team up to cover some things, we can do that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Elaine. So yes, my name is Amy Thompson. I'm the financial aid coordinator for Knox Technical Center. Thank you guys for joining tonight. KTC falls under the umbrella of Knox County Career Center along with the preschool side. So with KTC, we are the adult education that will help provide that hands-on training for the students, whether they be directly out of high school, whether it be later in life. We currently have 12 programs that we offer. They range from phlebotomy to STNA, RN, LPN. We also have a wonderful public safety program that the students can go from fire and EMT. Then we also offer manufacturing pieces as well. So HVAC, welding, and then we have other parts that we tailor that can be, we call it customized training, where within customized training, we work directly with an employer that if they have a set of employees that they want to hone in on one skill, they can coordinate with KTC and our customized trainer to facilitate those skills, work on upskill. So when we look at what makes KTC a little different from, we are still a post-secondary institution. We still have to follow guidelines as for accreditation. We, the benefit to us is we offer smaller class sizes. Typically, you're looking at about 8 to maybe 12 students per class. So that means you're getting a lot of one-on-one time with the instructor. When a student is thinking about coming into KTC, we have them go ahead and sit down with the program coordinator. So the program coordinator can work closely with them to coordinate and understand, really evaluate where the student needs support at and how we can help facilitate those resources. With within KTC, as Elaine was saying, that we also have an Aspire department that, so say if a student is on track to earn their diploma, and they need a little more assistance, they can work with our Aspire department. They help with the tutoring piece, help with any kind of obstacle, whether it be a certain subject that a student is struggling with, they will help with that item. Now, when we look at the length of the programs, they are direct. So most programs will finish within 9 months, and there are no other prerequisite classes, so to say, that they have to take. So especially with nursing, you are strictly hands-on in your lab. You are learning those skill sets only. You also will have one-on-one times with your coordinators to talk about soft skills, employability, making sure that you are equipped and ready to go out into the workforce. We also help with job placement, job shadowing. Most programs will have some sort of job shadowing practicum that is required. So, like I said, all programs, you do meet with your coordinator. You work with your instructor one-on-one quite a bit. If there is additional assistance that is needed, we make reasonable accommodations, making sure that you have resources to any services that may need. And then also we look at the tutoring piece. So if there's a student that is struggling in one subject, one class in particular, they can do one-on-one tutoring. We work with the Aspire department as well to get those resources. So I'm not sure, Elaine, was there anything else in regards to working in between the Career Center and adult education that you can think of?
I don't think, well, we do collaborate well. So if students are interested, I mean, I know we've had students in a sports medicine program that really is interested in becoming an EMT or a firefighter. So we work collaboratively to give those students those experiences as well. I can speak to the Aspire program. A friend of mine's daughter went through that, and she struggled a lot in high school, actually was a high school dropout at 16, and early 20s was ready to pull things together, and has been transformative, life-changing. She is now a nail tech and very successful at performing her craft. So I've seen that work firsthand.
Yeah, and I have worked with that student as well, and I will say, when I say soft skills, a lot of times students need to have that confidence build up, and it goes so far with them being able to communicate with people in the workforce, whether it be a coworker or a customer, or it could be a patient at that point. But really having that confidence to be able to learn the trade and successfully deliver and execute outside of it makes all the difference.
I agree.
And I will say, so as you say, you talk about, oh, you don't want to be sweaty and you don't want to be outside. We see it across the board. We have people that want to go into public safety, and at the end, they're like, you mean I have to go into a burning building? Yes, you absolutely have to go into a burning building. So I want to be very clear about that. We talk about what the program that you're looking at entails and making sure that there's no surprises once you're in there. So that is all I have. If Amber?
Yeah, I am ready. So my presentation is just a little bit different. Let me share. So as an admissions rep, I want to just kind of run through a general information session about COTC. And then at the end, I do have our Student Life Disability Services flyer that I also want to share and get our Student Life Disability Manager and Assistant Manager's information out, because Stephanie Rowland and Ty Gaminsky are so imperative to our students and always open to working with our students. So usually I'm the first person a student will see coming into campus, meeting with me, going through an admissions appointment. And what that looks like is they usually sign up online for an appointment of some sort. We have 4 campuses. So that offers a lot of flexibility up in, Knox or Coshocton, or whether they're out at Pataskala. We do have very personalized small classes, so that's very helpful start to finish at COTC. I feel like we have completely re-envisioned our path. So there's kind of someone walking alongside you the whole way. And it's really neat. We recently presented our re-envision to our faculty and kind of a skit, and it was how it used to be with us handing a student off, and one of our student employees was our student in the skit, and we just kind of kept nope, go over there now, nope, you gotta go talk to them. Whereas now it is literally, we walk you step by step, we are beside you if you need us, as you need us, we want to be there with you. We want to make it a journey for you because you're investing in yourself. So that's really important for us and for our students. Kind of like I said, we have a few different campuses: Newark, Pataskala, Coshocton, and Knox. Luckily we have the Knox Promise, and we are so grateful for that, and for Coshocton County residents and Knox County residents. So that is our promise to those county residents, that we are going to cover your tuition if your eligibility is met. There's just a few eligibility requirements, and honestly, you don't even have to worry about them. You only have to fill out the FAFSA, and then our Student Financial Services Office will handle the rest and let you know if you are eligible for that or not. So that's really helpful. It's not an extra application that you have to worry about and do all these extra pieces. It's simply the FAFSA. We do have online courses, which I say COVID taught us a lot of things we can do, and a lot of things our students can't do or don't feel comfortable doing. And online is always kind of that hit or miss. Some students loved it, some students did not love it. We also offer classes face-to-face, Zoom, obviously. We also have a hybrid method. So you might have an online Zoom course like biology, but then you have your hands-on lab class where you have to physically come in for the lab. So that's a really great choice for some students as well. Just a couple financial pieces. FAFSA, we do offer military educational benefits. Our COTC Promise that I mentioned. And then this is our Student Financial Services information. If there's ever any questions, their office is located in our Newark campus, but you can always call them or email them. You can always stop up at Knox at our building there, right downtown, and they'll work with you. They'll try to assist you as much as possible. A student's journey within COTC, this is what it kind of looks like. Like I said, I'm usually the first person they're meeting with. Once they have enrolled in COTC, and that means completing their application, applying, then I work with them just in the very beginning, getting through what they kind of are deciding, what classes they want to take, what programs maybe they want to look at, what they feel they might be best at. And then really starting just the starting steps. They complete an online orientation. Once that's complete, They move over to an enrollment navigator who really works with them to register for that first semester, finish up that FAFSA. Do we have transcripts? Are we missing any pieces there? Then they move on to their first semester of classes. And this is where they kind of have those bottom three pieces come into play. So our academic advisors, they're assigned an academic advisor their first semester and a success coach. And our Student Success Center is where students get testing assistance. They get any kind of workshop assistance, whether it's, I've been out of school for a while and I need tips and tricks to take notes and to help me study, those kinds of things. And then obviously students are working one-on-one with their faculty. Our classes are also very small. As Amy mentioned, for their courses, right now our ratio is 1 to 13. So maybe a little bit, a few more than KTC, but we're right there able to help them. So our faculty know if, somebody's off, are you okay? Everything good? Do you want to go to Success Center? Do you feel like you need some tutoring? How can I help you? And we're really working on that educational journey. So we're beside you and guiding you. That's very important for us. These are just a few of our different pathways. We have over 45 programs, degrees and certificates. We have one bachelor's degree, diagnostic medical sonography, which is ultrasounding. So that's a 3-year accelerated bachelor's degree, engineering, IT, business, arts and sciences, public safety. Our largest program, of course, is nursing, which you can do right there in Knox County, starting and getting your LP, your STNA, and then your LPN, and then we do offer the LPN to RN up there. And we are finishing up creating our online BSN, so students will shortly be able to move all the way through the program from getting their STNA to having their BSN at COTC. At every campus. So we're really excited about that. For their steps to enroll at COTC, and this is where I kind of really come in, they need to apply first. They'll receive their COTC email and student account. They'll complete an online orientation. They do need to submit transcripts, whether that's high school, coming right out of high school as first, semester students, or if they're adults returning, maybe they've, taken a couple classes somewhere else in between high school and college or coming to us. We do require all transcripts. And then they move on to that enrollment navigator to register with classes. When you're applying to COTC, you do have to create an account first, have that activated, and then you can go back to that account and apply online. So there are a couple little steps there. But once you are approved, you'll get an email notification with your personal information and your, which this is just kind of an example down here, what that will look like for your account. And then you will be able to complete that, register for that online orientation, and then complete that. And then once that's completed, again, enrollment navigators work with students to get transcripts and to get them registered for classes. And this is just their first semester. That's all they're worrying about. So if, they want to be an LPN, they're going to talk about that STNA if students aren't coming from the Career Center and don't possibly already have that. If they already have that, wonderful. They're going to help them with, maybe English or math, those kinds of things. One other thing I did want to share real quickly is and hopefully I can get this to show up. Here we go. Is our Student Life Disability Services flyer. So this just talks about all the different types of disabilities that are maybe most common for students at COTC. different types of accommodations that we offer. And right here is Stephanie Rowland and Tyler Gibbons's information and their phone number. Their offices are here in Newark, but they are always willing to travel. I'm actually meeting Tyler tomorrow in Coshocton to meet with a family. So they're always willing to move around and go to students, which is so important for our students. But just some registration services, you know, obviously their 504s, disability verifications, things like that that's all that the students need to send over to Tyler and Steph to get them started in that process. So if there are any questions about that, I'd be happy to send this flyer out, you know, share it with folks to email. But that's pretty much all I have. So thank you.
Great. Well, thank you all for presenting. Give me 1 second. And we will. Thank you all for today for attending this evening's presentation, post-secondary school options. Thank you to our presenters. It's been some great information that was shared. We hope to see you next time. We do have next week off, and so we will be back October 10th with decision-making supports, which includes supported decision-making, guardianship, power of attorney options. So we're very excited to see you guys in October. Thank you again and have a great evening.